Hi all, welcome to day 3 of trigonometry, general angles with radian measurements. So what we've done so far is we've learned how to graph or sketch a radian measurement in standard position and find the coterminal angles. Yesterday you found the reference angle of an angle graphed in standard position and radian measurement. So what we're going to be doing today is finding the supplementary and complementary angles in radian measurements. Just a reminder that tomorrow is the day of the retake for Unit 7. If you have not signed up, please sign up in the Google form. Please email me if you have any questions. That'll be on the Zoom meeting from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. for the retake. I will be sending out an email later today about the specifics about how to take the retake and what's that going to look like. So if you have any questions on that, please let me know. Okay, let's get started. So the whole point of today is how can you find the supplementary and complementary angle measurements of a degree in radian, because we already did degree measurement, now we're doing radians. So complementary angles we know equals 90 degrees. I always think of it like a corner complementary, and supplementary angles is 180. I always think of supplementary and I think of straight line. So what does that mean in radian measurements? Well, in radian measurements, 90 degrees, if you're thinking about a circle, okay, and our measurement here is our 90 degrees right there. So that's 90 degrees or pi over 2. Okay? And 180 is going to be a straight line, so we know that a straight line is right there, so we know that is 1 pi. So what that's going to look like, so for here, I'm going to write that a little easier for you guys to see it. So this is going to be pi over 2, and this is going to be 1 pi. So instead of getting them to 180 and 90, we're going to get them to pi over 2 and 1 pi, if they exist. So let's look at pi over 6. So the complementary angle for pi over 6, how I would find that would be pi over 2 minus pi over 6. I have to get common denominator, so I'm going to get 3 pi over 2 minus, let's make that over 6, right? 3 pi over 6 minus pi over 6. So my complementary angle there would be 2 pi over 6, which is the same thing as 1 pi over 3. So that's the same thing as pi over 3. Okay? Because pi over 3 plus 1/6 gives me 3 pi over 6, which is half pi. So that's how I would do that one. And then let's find our supplementary angle. So if I'm going to find my supplementary angle, we know supplementary angle is 1. So I think this one's going to be a little bit easier. I have 1 pi. How do I get that to 6 pi? Well, I need 5 pi over 6 more. What I could do there is do 1 pi minus pi over 6. Common denominators, 6 pi over 6 minus 1 pi over 6 gives me my 5 pi over 6. So I found my supplementary and complementary angle in radian measurement. Okay, let's look at number 4. We're going to do that one and we'll do 5 on the sides. Let's do number 4 now. We'll do that in purple. Why not? So my complementary angle, I want to know my complementary angle, and so it's half. So what's half 8? 4. So I'm going to do 4 pi over 8 minus 3 pi over 8, because this is the same thing as pi over 2. So my complementary angle is pi over 8. Okay. Then to find my supplementary angle, what I would do is say, okay, I have 3 pi over 8. I need it to 1. So how many more 8s do I need? Well, I need 5 pi over 8. And what I also could do there is do 8 pi over 8 minus 3 pi over 8, because 8 pi over 8 is the same thing as 1 pi, and then I get my 5 pi over 8. Okay. So again, very, very straightforward, like it was in the last measurement. When we did degrees, we're just doing it in different measurement now. Let's do number 5. So number 5 is 5 pi over 7. Well, 5 pi over 7 is already past 1/2, So complementary angle does not exist. Okay, there is not going to be a complementary angle because it's already past a half. Because half of 7 is 3.5. For supplementary angle, there is one. I have 5 pi over 7, so I have 5 7s. How many more 7s do I need to make that a whole? Well, I would need 2 pi over 7. And what I did there is 7 pi over 7 minus 5 pi over 7. Because 7 pi over 7 is 1, and like we talked about before, all the way across the radian measurement, a straight line is 180, which is the same thing as pi. Okay? So that's how you find supplementary and complementary angles in radian measurements. If you have any questions, make sure you log on to Zoom. Have a great day, guys.